In 2010, the car manufacturer Toyota came into difficulties when a fault in one of their cars was discovered. Mike Sweeney, Professor of Operations Management at Cranfield University, discusses the incident. Tell us about the incident and why it differed because it happened in America.
The incident is a very sad one. It's caused by the pedal of the car being stuck when it's accelerating. So unintended acceleration is the term. And so the car becomes out of control. And there was a family in the car, Lexus sedan, and it crashed because they lost control of the car. The big issue is how did it escalate up so that we all heard about this single accident in California. And the reason is that the accident is a terrible one, and as a consequence, the authorities want to know about the cause of the accident because many of them end up in court through litigation and claims for damages. So in the process of investigating it, the authority in America, the safety authority in America, then starts to investigate the company and its documentation. And they discover that this is a fault that's been within the company for some time. And so it escalates up to the government of America, and they demand to know from the company what they're going to do about this. And they summon the president of Toyota to a Congress inquiry to ascertain what the company plans to do and how they plan to overcome the problems that they discovered as a cause of this accident. As it becomes before Congress, so it then becomes international news, and the whole world then knows about the incidences that are taking place in America.
How do you think Toyota handled the problems that they faced?
Well, not very well, really. The issue is about recalls for cars. It's happened many times over time, so this is not the first time this has occurred. So there are other organisations that have handled the problem, and we call it crisis management, handled the problem better than Toyota. And the reason why I think Toyota didn't handle it very well was they were very slow in recognising that this was a real issue, a public safety issue, and they were very slow in making pronouncements about this issue and what they were going to do.
Do you think Toyota could have improved the situation?
Yes, I think there are many things they could have done better. For example, the first thing they should have done would be to recognise publicly the problem and to apologise. When you realise that this caused deaths of people, people estimate it could have been up to 60 people actually died as a consequence of this car design fault problem, then you'd have thought that they would have been much more public and much quicker in responding, and also making a statement about what they were going to do to reassure people. The other thing is that this was not a problem that was suddenly occurred in 2008 and 9. It actually started around 2007. So they actually recalled cars in 2007 to start to refit them. And so once this terrible accident had occurred, which was the real prompt for a public statement about the recall and the problems of Toyota, then and only then did they actually start to make statements about what they were going to do and to apologise for what they've done.
What does Toyota need to do to regain its reputation?
It has a massive mountain to climb. Toyota was always known for its design and its quality of car. So its reputation was extremely high. The issue here is how can they restore the reputation for quality and reliability? They've started this process by saying that they apologise for it, but they haven't made any statements about how they're going to engineer the changes inside the car in order to restore its reputation for quality. And the other thing is that the people who work in Toyota had warned management about this problem, about the problems in their production processes that resulted in poor quality. And so the people inside the factories knew there were going to be quality problems, and they haven't addressed any statements about what they're doing inside the factories to ensure that quality is managed much better. Those would be some of the things that they need to do. And of course, they will need a marketing campaign to say how good they are now that they've done whatever they're planning to do.
What impact does the product recall have on Toyota?
It has a huge impact. The things that you could think about in terms of crisis management, there are probably three elements that you deal with. There's the public safety issue. They've addressed the public safety issue. The second issue then is the cost of the recall, and the cost consists of two elements. It consists of actually refitting the cars, but it also includes the lost sales. So they estimate that's about $2 billion. Then the third issue is about the loss of reputation, and so you can put costs around that, you can estimate costs around that, but it's really the cost of restoring the reputation, so the marketing costs to restore the reputation of Toyota internationally, globally. And those would be huge investments over a long period of time.